The flyout menu on the Gradiator panel lets you convert gradients to solid colors and vice versa. Here I have the fish silhouettes with a gradient traveling across all four of them. And in the flyout menu, I'll choose gradient to flat color. The first option would make all the fish one color, and that would come from one of the color stops. The second option averages the colors, which is not ideal for this very colorful gradient, so let's try this again. The third option, average visible pixels, is perfect for this art. So when I click OK, Gradiator has averaged the pixels from that gradient and given me a new color for each fish. This also works in reverse. So here I have solid colors on the fish, and in the flyout menu, I'll choose flat color to gradient, and this will create a two-stop gradient. For the first stop, I'll choose to retain the original color, but in the menu, if we choose custom, you could create a brand new color. I'll go back to retain. And for the second stop, I'll choose to lighten the color. Here at the bottom, we can see a before and after preview. Click on the preview to see the other colors in the selection. And here I can change the angle of the gradient. When I click OK, a dark to light gradient is applied in each color, but it looks more subtle than I would like, so I'll undo that, and I'll show you where it can be adjusted. We'll go back to flat color to gradient, and at the bottom of the panel, click on Edit Presets. For lighten, it's set to 40 by default. I'll change this to 70 so that it gets even lighter, then click Save, and I'll click OK, and now that transition is more dramatic. And you'll notice when I have these four different gradients selected, the Illustrator gradient panel is mostly dimmed, so there's not much I can do here. But in the Gradiator panel, I still have the ability to change the origin point, the length, and the angle, even with a mixed selection of gradients like this. And I can use the color stop buttons too. Another fun feature on the flyout menu allows you to convert a gradient to lines. I'll show you on this gradient. I'm just making the rectangle a little taller, and in the flyout menu, I'll choose Gradient Fill to Lines. Now I'll change the stroke weight so we can see these better, and that's very cool. I can imagine using this for infographics and other design applications. So that's the Astute Graphics Gradiator panel. It works alongside Illustrator's gradient panel, and it gives you so many options and so much more control over your gradients.